Hey guys, so I have a clear for floor 52 of the Illusory tower using Yuta. In my previous video, I used domain Megumi in the backup for a 14 turn clear, but there is a much easier version that one of my friends on Discord, I think his username is Loliet, he told me about this. In the backup, he used Gakuganji. Of course, Gakuganji and JJK Geto are the best options. If you have these two, then even if your Yuta is A0 and not maxed out, you'll still be able to clear this. But if you don't have these characters, then your Yuta has to be A1 most likely, and pretty decent investment, and you can use SSR Momo instead. So again, if you have Gaku or JJK Geto, your Yuta can be A0. But if you don't have them, your Yuta is going to have to be A1, and obviously grade 15 most likely, and decent levels as well, with some skill investment too. I'm going to show you guys the clear using Momo, because she's the worst one by far out of Geto, Gakuganji, and Momo when it comes to increasing your team's damage. She's the worst by far, but I'm still going to use her because this will show you guys that you can clear it even with her. For this recollection, you can bring the other 2-turn taunt one, and that's fine, but ideally we want to lower his HP as much as possible to make sure he dies by turn 3, so we're going to bring this one because it's lower HP, as you can see. And then you can bring LMS or an excellent shape on Gojo, doesn't really matter. Yuta needs Pride, and then this recollection is best in slot for Gakuganji, but it's also really good on Momo and even Geto if you want. So we're going to bring that. If you don't have it, you can bring some kind of other recollection that gives CE back as well. There isn't much RNG. The only thing you need to make sure happens is that your Toge dies on turn 3. And if your Yuta is weak and you're using Momo, you might need a reset for a crit on his ult. But again, if you have Gakuganji or Geto, then it's really easy and there's pretty much no requirements. Here, ideally, our Yuta or Gojo get hit by the boss's Vine attack. Nice. What happens if one of these two get hit is that it can make Yuta overheal and you end up having Toge not die on turn 3, which is not what we want. Now we're going to taunt and activate all of these recollections. The goal here is to use Yuta's Pride stacked ult to get the boss below 50% HP. With Gaku and Geto, that's very, very easy to do. With Momo, it's much harder. And for A1 Yuta, you'll need a crit. And even if you don't crit, you can still push through, which is probably going to happen here, but we'll see. If your Yuta is too weak, then just go ahead and reset for a crit if you need to. So now Toge will die, ideally. It should be pretty much guaranteed. Momo comes in, we ult on Gojo. Remember that this boss only puts that huge defense buff on itself when it's above 50% HP. We're going to skill 2 to put that debuff on the boss. This will also finish off the other minion. Now, this combo ult, if you're using Gakuganji or Geto, this combo ult is essentially guaranteed to knock the boss below 50 so that the damage decreased buff is gone, and then your team can finish it off really quickly. If you're using Yuta and you have Momo instead, who is again much worse than Gaku or JJK Geto, then there's a chance that this ult does not lock it below 50% HP. So we'll see what happens here. If I crit, it will. If I don't crit, it probably won't. Okay, I didn't crit, so it's not even close to below 50%, as you can see. So still above 50%. Now we're going to start using skill 3 on Gojo. And skill 3 on Yuta as well. Now this should knock it below 50%. So now as you can see, the damage cut buff isn't gone yet, but it'll be gone next turn, and then instead it gets this damage increase dealt buff. So it ends up being a 10 turn clear, but with Gakuganji or Geto it would have been a 7 turn clear very easily. And I'm going to show that to you guys right now, just to show you how different the damage is. We're going to bring Geto just because I barely get to use him, but Gakuganji would do essentially exactly the same thing, so don't worry about that. Same thing, don't pop that. Okay, good. So again, Divine's hitting Yuta or Gojo is ideal, because otherwise Toge gets an extra heal and he most likely won't die on turn 3. Same thing. Now Toge will die. %, so 2 more of those. Now we skill 2 on Yuta. And as you'll see here, this is going to do way more damage than the Momo did. With Momo, Yuta's ult hit for around 2 point something million. I don't remember the exact number. But you'll see here that with Geto's debuffs, it hits for 4 million, which puts him far below the 50% HP mark. And that results in a very easy 7 turn clear. So yeah, pretty simple strat. Again, Gaku and Geto are ideal, but Momo works as well, as long as their Yuta is grade 15, A1 at least. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Bye guys.